Anyway, welcome to Nerd Chat Week 16. I believe that our last one was the Christmas special, which was
Christmas
a while
of
ago.
2018.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, it's Christmas special. So it's been a while. We haven't really had anything for 2021. What have you guys been up to? Who wants to start us off?
I can. So yeah, I finally got my class converted over, my live wireless hacking class. I got it switched over to an online training format where we'll be having our first one this Saturday, and then
Nice. Yeah, I remember you saying it was in June.
Yep. Yeah. So I split it up instead of having like 4 hours. I'm going to do like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours across 2 weekends, just to give people a little time to actually play with the tools and do some homework. The hard part was kind of converting it to the labs, because it's like, yeah, how am I going to teach you how to kick people off Wi-Fi without you kicking yourself off Wi-Fi? Because it'll be kind of hard to go to the next lesson if you're trying to reconnect to the class. Had some interesting stuff getting around that, and built a nice little Faraday box in my office so I can do the Wi-Fi hacking without giving away like my home SSID and all of the MAC address of my equipment, stuff like that people troll me on. But so looking forward to that. And then we'll have another run, I think the end of July. So when that comes around, I'll post the links again. So looking forward to that, and just been doing that, a SANS class, and having a lot of fun at work.
Very nice. How did you build the Faraday box?
Very carefully and a lot of trial and error. So I got it's actually 3 layers, but it's just like dowel rods I made a little frame out of, and I put copper mesh over the top of that. And then around it, I got some of this copper material from a place called Project Blackout, where it's interwoven, and built a box around that. So it took about 2 layers to drown out some of the other traffic I have around here, because I'm right next to kind of a big radio tower. So it was interesting to see some of I try to buy some pre-made bags, and people are like, oh yeah, throw my cell phone in there, you can't call it. It's like, okay, well, I can still get Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth still goes through there.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they're like different wavelengths. So finding the right material was an interesting challenge. I also found out a lot of people are buying these Faraday cages to put around their routers to protect them from EM radiation, which, one, they don't work. They don't block the signal at all. And 2, if you're blocking the Wi-Fi signal from your router, like, why are you buying a Wi-Fi router?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
We saw a couple of videos where people were testing those, and it was just like a steel cage that like was supposed to hold documents that they paid $80 for. They put it around the router, and it's like, oh yeah, the DB rating just went up by like 10 points. So yeah, it made a little interference, but not much. You could have gotten more using like a insulated bag or a thermostat or something,
right?
Or even like one of those metal insulated cups. You could put in there and have better success than you would with that $80 piece of crap.
So making it is better than buying, for sure.
Yeah, I haven't found any like good pre-made ones, and even then, I tried a couple things. Like I have an old military ammo can, but you got to make sure all the edges are sealed, and it's hard to do because I have to run a couple USB cables in. So that was a consideration, because it's still, some signal would come in through any type of crack. So
how would you test if there was a signal coming through? Did you just check all your connections, or do you actually have like a spectrum analyzer?
So I'm connecting to the device that's in there. So inside the bag, I basically built a bunch of little access points on ESP32s.
Nice.
So this one connects to these 2, and I got about 5 or 6 of these in there. So we have a pretty target-rich environment. And then I stick my Alpha card in there, I seal the whole thing up, and start scanning, can I see any other Wi-Fi?
Gotcha.
I'm not too worried about the other stuff, just more focus on the Wi-Fi, so I can have just the packets from that lab and not pick up anything from my neighbors or the community around me, anything like that.
Right. I see what you're saying. Very cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. And there's a whole area on it called Tempest, where like the government does a lot of this with not only wireless, but also like thermal, and they take time to really secure a lot of these devices. So if a virus gets on there, starts spinning up the fans faster and slower to try to get data out that way, they seal up the whole box, and they have some pretty interesting setups for that. So you'll see that a lot in like government and secure facilities, because they want to make sure that there's no way to get the data from those air gap devices out.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, so it was a good learning experience. Definitely interesting seeing all the stuff that was popping up from Corona, because I'm like, how do I build a Faraday cage? And I got a lot of the whole, vaccine 5G nonsense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The fact
how to
that
protect
people
your whole
actually,
house.
the fact that people actually believe that 5G causes corona.
Well, the thing that I
I
think
mean,
funny, like they had
it's a
people who bought,
virus.
yeah. Well, they have people who bought like whole sheets of this stuff, and they were like, "Oh, I hung it in front of my window, and I got this little EM meter," and they're like, "See, it's not blocking it." It's like, yeah, but it's a wave. It's still going around. Like you have to
Yeah.
surround your whole house. Like holding up a sheet's not going to protect you. So,
Nope.
yeah,
Hey, but I'm sure they got some views on YouTube for it. So
probably.
That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
yeah.
Yeah, and then some of the product reviews, like, oh, I put my phone on this and it didn't block anything. It's like, no, it has to be completely surrounded. Like you have to wrap it, and some of them even have instructions like you seal it and fold it like 2 times to make sure it has that connection.
Yeah, cell phones aren't like line of sight where
Yeah,
you have to be.
yeah. The radio waves go in all directions. It's not
Right.
like,
Or you just turn it off.
yeah. But yeah, some people I know, like I actually had a really good resource here locally, because there's a group of people that work with law enforcement, and they specialize in these type of cages, so they can make sure, like, hey, if you get arrested and I get your laptop or cell phone, how do I put it in this Faraday box so I can make sure you can't remotely wipe it and destroy evidence. So I got like some good tips from them, and you can do it with tinfoil. It just takes a whole lot of tinfoil.
Nice. Yeah, I took a forensics class, and it was the same thing. Every time that they get a phone or a laptop, they throw it in. What I saw them using was Faraday bags.
Yeah, and Project Blackout, I got one of their bags that's coming today, so I'm probably going to use that when we do the mobile versions of this, so I can take it around and not have to worry about bleeding out or anything crazy.
That's cool.
That's pretty
Okay.
neat. Boy,
So
D,
that-
what are you up to?
Oh, why me? Could you just save me for last?
Yeah, Pat.
Yeah,
tell us
I
all
got a
about
new
your
job recently.
Did
So,
you?
I've been working 7 weeks now. Yeah,
Nice.
That's where you've been. That's why you're making the big bucks.
exactly. It's not
Except-
IT related or something.
His headphones still aren't Bluetooth though, so
No. I like a cable. Trust me, but with Bluetooth I have issues. Lots of issues. So yeah, I'm a gardener now.
A gardener?
I'm
Like a landscaper?
Yeah.
Or are
Yeah,
you doing like
making someone's
hydroponics?
right, yeah.
What?
I said, or are you doing
What
like
kind of gardening are we
hydroponics?
talking about?
Yeah. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I truly enjoy it. So the IT is more of a side thing, aka hobby, what I like to do. Yeah, I'm still doing my course, doing some boxes so now and then. Not so much time anymore because yeah, the job. But overall, yeah, I'm quite busy. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, it is. And
So I
now
guess-
it's summer, so this evening I go outside on the balcony with my laptop when it's 20 degrees lower as now. And I saw a nice box on Triacme. Can't remember the name, but it was a city app. So I'm gonna try that one tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw your post your beachside popping boxes, right?
Yeah,
Very
yeah, that's
cool.
what I do. I go to the beach, turn on my 5G hotspot, and then putting boxes.
It's very cool.
It's lovely.
Who would have
trust me.
thought?
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah, no
stuff.
distracting sounds or music or neighbors or whatsoever.
Yeah.
A couple seagulls, that's all.
Yeah.
And
And
don't bring food out there, you'll be good.
Yeah,
Just
food
need some
and,
Hot
some
Pockets.
drinks.
for some hot pockets, you said?
Yeah,
Ramen noodles and hot pockets.
true
The
hacker.
all noodles, yeah, man. Love noodles. So what you up to, Petsky?
Oh man, me? Not
Yeah.
much, man. Just working a lot. Doing the CEH
lab?
prep. Doing that first we're prepping for like a boot camp for the Certified Ethical Hacker V11.
Mhm.
And aside from that, creating some other content like Just like I was showing you guys like the defensive, offensive stuff for Next Gen Z, and that's really it as far as that. Just trying to make sure everything is good. You know what I mean? Like trying to keep up to par with some like try hack me stuff, hack the box. And I don't know, I've been doing a lot more Vuln Hub stuff than, I don't know, like if it's because I can just have it on my laptop, just download the OVA and just do my thing. I don't have to be connected to the internet. I can just,
Or there's not that pressure that, hey, this box is going to time out this week. I got to get the
yeah.
point.
So
Exactly.
phone up is like a file that you could download and then execute, or
Yeah, you just download the OVA. You just go to vulnhub.org and you can just query, like, for example, that robot, Mr. Robot box that you like. It's on there, and you just download the OVA and you just import it into like VirtualBox or VMware Workstation.
Okay.
Make sure it's on the same, network as your
Of course.
Box, your Kali, or your Parrot, and that's it. And then you can just go to town on it. You don't need internet access because it's
that's
that's
how I
perfect,
learned.
man.
That's how I
More
learned.
secure.
That's how I learned starting off too, and it also has a lot of the write-ups, so you can still, like, if you get stuck somewhere, you can sometimes go through and see like 3 or 4 different ways that people have gotten access. I learned a lot of tools I wasn't exposed to like the first time, like a lot of the directory scanning tools like Dirbuster, GoBuster, things like that. And that once you find one you like, you start adding it to your tool belt.
Exactly. That's what I do sometimes. I first try to phone the box myself, and then later check out reviews or write-ups from other people to see how they do it. Did I miss anything, or is there another way to do it?
So I had a question, Pat, on your stuff too. I saw you got that like actual certified ethical hacker trainer cert. What was that like? What all went into that?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. It's called Certified EC Console Instructor. So how that works, so whatever EC Console cert you have, you take an exam, you prep for the exam, you do a little presentation, you send it off to them, they approve it. But you can only teach on what subjects, what certifications you have. Like I can teach on the CEH, CHFI. There's no more ECSA. Now it's ECAT, I forget what it's called now. And like I don't think there's any LPT, the license penetration tester. I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe I'm talking under my butt, but I know like what we want to do. To answer your question, it is pretty pretty simple. Like first you have to get sponsored. Like Next Gen Z sponsored me because I'm I can have to have certain training hours. Then they submit it, and once they submit it, they make sure they validate it. Sort of like the CISSP, how you have to apply, you have to get validation, make sure you have 5 years, or like my degree helped me take off 2 years and whatever, and then the manager has to approve it and send it back. It's the same kind of process, similar, very similar. And it's sort of like if you went for CTT Plus from CompTIA, and you take a written exam and then you take like the presentation exam. But I didn't have to take the written because I already had the cert. So the cert was like the written, and then you just give them a presentation and get approved from the institution, or get approved from EC Console because you got like the write-up from like an institution. Yeah, that's pretty much what I had to do.
So did you say that you're going to be coming out with a course for that, the CEH?
So the CEH is already developed, right? It's already out there. So what I'm doing is using the same content. Like I don't really have to create any content, right? Because the content's already there. So now I just like deliver the content, right? Like just say, okay, like go to EC Console. They give me, I'll show you later, but like they just give me the materials, the training materials, and then I just deliver it, to the students. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Do you have to do a certain number of classes to like maintain it, or is it just kind of now you have the right to sell this training and you're kind of partnered with EC Council?
Yep, exactly. Yep. Yeah. I don't even think I don't even know. I haven't printed that one out, but yeah, I don't even think it expires. I think once you get it, whatever, like I need to go for my CND, Certified Network Defender. Maybe that'll help me more with the blue teaming stuff, because all my certs are not really blue team driven. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, they're still playing catch up there. Blue team always gets the short end of the stick.
yeah,
It's like from the red team, you just have to find one vulnerability, but from the blue team, you got to stop all the vulnerabilities because it only
Yeah.
takes that one to get through.
yeah, exactly. So that's where like I lack. I'm not gonna lie, like that's something like I've worked on quote unquote blue team, not necessarily blue team, but like networking, system administration, doing all that stuff. And it's similar, right? Like we have to deploy a WSUS server or SCOM or SSCM for Windows and have like a patching server or EDR, antivirus, endpoint protection. All this stuff is pretty much blue teaming, right? You're protecting your firewalls, stateful firewalls, and all these access lists and stuff like that. Web application firewalls for your web servers. That's all like blue teaming stuff. And as far with log sim tools and Splunk and Alien Vault from AT&T, Open Vault. There's a few different ones out there. And same thing with a vulnerability scanner, right? Qualys, that's pretty much blue. That's like purple team, right? You can use it on both sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
I think blue team has it harder too, because like, yeah, you have to install the tool, then you have to tune it, and then it's kind of constant care and feeding because like, yeah, new signatures come out or new exploit code comes out. So you got to keep making sure that your tools are detecting things properly, alerting properly, that it's still sending logs to your, SIM or your Elasticsearch instance or Graylog, whatever server you're using. Because there's been a few times where we'll come in on like incident response and it's like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and pull the logs. Well, everything's getting forwarded to there. But when you log into the system, it's like, wow, we haven't gotten a log in 30 days. Like, was no one monitoring this? Do you just assume it's working? And yeah, that's the time when it's like, it'll break when you need it most. So you got to have someone constantly just doing care and feeding.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much that. Like aside from that, just I don't know, doing my day-to-day stuff.
Nice.
Going to the gym.
Gyms are open now, huh?
Yeah. Oh, gym's been open. Man, we're in Florida. So
Yeah,
we're in a
well, gym's
Republican
barely
state.
open for me.
We don't care about the math. I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. I don't believe in math.
No, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother podcast.
It's a whole other series, actually. Yeah.
So how you been, James? You've been jet setting across the country.
I have been. I don't have a new job. I'm still a dusty old electrician. But speaking of boxes, actually, Dion sent me an OSINT try hack me a while ago, and because I was doing a lot of OSINT stuff, I was having a lot of fun doing it too. I checked out the box, and I got as far as downloading the file, and got nowhere. I wasn't sure like if I got the right file because it was literally like the picture of a Windows XP, like the old background of some like field. And then like the questions that were being asked were like, who is in this picture and stuff like that. So I don't know if they're trying to trick me or like what was going on, but
No, you have to filter sometimes there's a hidden message inside.
okay.
Like,
there is another room on Triac Me.
I was able to find the location by getting the EXIF data. And then from there, I was using like some of the local cities on Wi-Fi to see if I could get an SSID, but I was getting nowhere. It was fun, but I definitely didn't get anywhere.
So what is it, like
I'm not sure if the room is a walkthrough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a JPEG.
So you may have to use it's like a steganography tool.
Maybe. I didn't do any steganography. I only I was only scrubbing it for EXIF data.
You can also run it through like a TinEye, see if it's like the reverse image search, and it might pop up on like other pages that'll lead you.
Well, it will definitely pop up because it's literally the Windows XP background. Yeah. That was the only. I mean, I could try to like Google Dork reverse image search to get something more specific, but I mean, I didn't spend too much time on it, but that's what I was doing.
Yeah, those OSANT ones are pretty cool. They have a CTF. I'll have to look up the name of it when it comes out. But I heard last year was really cool, where they take real open cold cases of missing persons
Oh,
and
that's cool.
crowdsource it out. So you partner with law enforcement to try to find any data on these people that may have been gone for years or a couple of months. And I think last year they ended up finding like through a reverse image search, this lady was using the same photo for a different Facebook under a different name, and it turned out that they were concerned about this woman being murdered, but she was just running from her asshole husband. But it was
Yeah.
kind of interesting to see like something positive come out of that.
Yeah, you gotta
I've
link
heard
me to
about
that
it.
because I want to check it out. I gotta brush up on my skills. It's crazy that they can find like a missing person. Yet last night I was trying to find my old MySpace and I couldn't even find it.
I can't log into my MySpace, and I had some cool pictures on it, man.
Yeah,
guess,
yeah, me
like-
did exactly. I wanted to show like this old picture that I took to my daughter, like when I was like her age, and
Like
not
it's
her
funny
age,
because so my MySpace, like I used to always go to Tampa Pro, and like I would get pictures with P-Rod, with Mike Taylor, like all like back then, like
yeah, hell yeah,
P-Rod's actually in Miami now. He's here for the weekend, but like Big Black. I think I found that one picture with Big
oh
Black.
nice,
And Rob Diedrich. And like there's a whole bunch of things like I would just like go out and just like try to look for. And I'm like, man, I even forgot what email I used for my MySpace, because it was like an email I used just for MySpace. And the one I started undergrad, everyone went to like Facebook. Like that's when you had to have like a college.
.edu address.
edu,
or something.
yeah, dude. I started Google dorking like possible emails that I like could have used for it to see if anything would pop up. I still couldn't figure it out.
Well, I know what my old emails are, but I don't think the service exists to where I could even try to do a password reset anymore, because we're talking like old school NetZero Juno account.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I'm not
AOL.
even like I'm not even trying to log in. I just want to see the pictures and stuff, but I'm not sure if I even made my profile public. So I guess.
Yeah, you could try doing like the archive.org search or something,
Right.
and see if it was indexed, but that could be hit and miss.
It is hit and miss. I don't have they like how long have they been archiving for it? Is that something that would be up there?
99. We
Forever.
went back all the way to 99.
Really?
On
Yeah.
archive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was gonna be my next
But then you need your full UNC URL, right? Like not MySpace.com / your
exactly.
Skater Boy or something, whatever your thing is.
I have no idea what that is.
And I don't remember mine either. Like I remember I had Nike Skater Pat for a long time. And like even like my aim was like Skater Boy P. that was my,
I think mine was crazy with a K _5000.
Oh,
Crazy
that's
Kid
crazy.
5000. It was crazy. Yeah.
I used to have a Dark Wolf 911, but then 9/11 happened.
Oh
so,
no,
yeah, I
you
couldn't
can't
have
do
that
that.
handle anymore.
You're probably on a list because of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm on a list, it's not from that.
I believe that. No, but I got your link for Trace Labs. I think you mentioned that before, the Trace Labs.
Yeah, this one I think is a little different than the other one, but this one looked interesting too. It's the Trace Labs search party, where you have a 4-man team and they have kind of a pre-made one. This other one that a couple of my friends did, like you have to go through screening, like you have to give some personal information so they can make sure you're not like some convicted felon or working for the cartels or something crazy. But
yeah,
it was like about a 90-day clearing process to even get to the point where you can get some of the details, because it's a real potential missing persons case. So there's a lot of things you have to do in that one, not the Trace Labs, but the one that I'll have to find, because they have to document the evidence in case it goes to court. You have to have chain of custody, so there's little things you have to do with every item you find.
right.
This one looks fun too. I found a couple other ones I'll have to check out, but we'll set something else. If nothing else, I'll be hopefully on what's his face, Pseudo Zeus's Hack the Box setup he is.
Oh dude, I'm getting notifications on that thing every day.
I was trying to jump on there and like I got an invite, and that was the week that like we had 3 people get some really awesome opportunities on my team and leave, which that's awesome for them, but I inherited that work.
Right.
It's like, I have no time for Hack the Box or anything until we get a few more people on the team.
That's crazy. So I know we have like what, a couple more minutes because I know you gotta go and I have to probably start getting ready.
Right, me too.
Hit it, James.
Close this out.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually a very special episode because who knows how many months until we have the next one.
Yeah.
So enjoy. Can we put links for all this stuff for like that Trace Labs, some of the stuff you're working on, Pat? I know
Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely. Like on
Yeah.
on our group chat, we can just put all the links and I'll put it in the video.
okay, cool. And then Jacob, I know like because you're gonna be doing the video, right? For your Wi-Fi thing. So would you be able to provide a link for that, or you don't really have the link until it's ready to go?
Yeah, so that one there's a link in my description on Instagram for the sign up, but there's a little bit limited space, so I'll be able to put the link in there, and then if nothing else, I'll post the July sign up whenever it comes out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so people can access what we're even talking about. So,
Yeah, we can definitely share those posts. But yeah, I guess until next time.
until next time, boys.
Next time, kids.
Good
Thanks for
talking to
being
you guys.
here.
We'll link up offline.
Right, yeah.
Everyone have a good rest of your Sunday. And we'll link up soon.
We
Yeah,
will.
we'll make it back soon, and we'll try to invite a guest again. So
All right.
Bye bye.
see you guys.
Take care.
Take care.